What up everyone, you're watching MRI TV, the place to be to learn strategies of living your highest potential through the mind, body, and spirit, all while having fun. And today we're going to be talking about emotional eating. I gotta admit, when I got stressed before, I didn't hesitate to simply grab a piece of chocolate or a whole bunch of chocolate to help relieve that sort of stress that I was feeling at the moment. Because that's what eating can do for us. It makes us feel good, especially when we're eating something we enjoy. But the problem is when we start doing it as a defense mechanism, when we start using it as an escape instead of something to nourish the body. And this is common when people are just doing it even though they're not hungry. But that's exactly what I did. When I was stressed working a whole bunch of hours, I would just have chips there. Even though I wasn't hungry, I just kept going because it helped relieve what I was feeling at that moment. Emotional eating tends to happen when you're eating junk food high in fat, high in calories, just so you can cope with certain emotions. This is where willpower can fail us, and it's important that we learn how to overcome this and build habits when the moment comes. Many experts believe that emotional eating is caused by emotions that we refuse to deal with. Sometimes we don't realize the difference and the connection of why we're eating and how we feel. Like I said, food does make us feel better, but if we're using it as a way of escapism, from not dealing with certain emotions and not giving us the opportunity to really process what's really going on within us, we may end up using food as a defense mechanism, which may cause a lot more harm than good. There are a lot of emotions that can trigger overeating. Sadness, anger, depression, frustration, work, low self-esteem, and a whole bunch more. I know from personal experience because, like I mentioned, when I got stressed out from work or paying bills, I reached out for a bunch of chocolate. It took emptying the house from all that is junk food to kick the habit. If you're finding yourself eating food whenever you face these sort of emotions, then you, my friend, are an emotional eater. Awareness is key, so the first thing you need to recognize is these triggers whenever you start eating. Once you start seeing the pattern, you can break it. However, if you have a serious emotional eating pattern, I highly recommend you seeing a professional. A lot of the emotional eating is caused by not allowing yourself to process the emotions we're currently experiencing. Now, here are 5 ways that you can actually deal with emotional eating. The first one is meditation. Even though there's a whole bunch of mysticism associated with it, there's actually a lot of scientific benefits in meditating, such as strengthening the relaxation response, lowering blood pressure, and reducing stress. Trust me when I say you're probably going to feel wrong when you're doing it the first time, or you may feel like you're going to go crazy, but the hugest takeaway that I got from meditating is that our emotions are like the clouds in the sky. There's nothing that we can do about it, you just gotta be with it and just let them pass. The second method is journaling. It's one thing to think that you're aware that you have a problem, or to think that you're upset. The thing is, when you just think about it, it just remains in your head with the rest of your emotions. Writing it down is a powerful way to let it out and to actually become aware of what's actually going inside you, because those thoughts have become reality in the form of words. The third method is exercise. Exercise is one of the best ways to beat out whatever you're feeling at the moment because you're taking action. You're exercising and you're releasing endorphins that give your body that natural high. The fourth method is call a friend. Who doesn't need a good friend whenever they're feeling down, upset, or frustrated? The common conversation is that I don't want to bother my friends with my problems. We human beings weren't made to survive on our own. We're pack creatures. If you ever notice, we always need that feeling of belonging. The fact is, we need each other's support in order to get where we need to be. And the last one is group counseling. There's plenty of ways that you can emotionally overeat. Whether it's out of boredom or loneliness, it's going down a path that can potentially lead to some serious problems. So how do you know if you have a problem with emotional overeating? The first is that you eat a large amount of food without even being hungry. The second is you eat beyond satiety. That means you eat beyond being full to the point you're stuffed. Third is you eat your food pretty quickly. And last is you hide your food because you're embarrassed of how much you're eating. So my question to you is, whenever you're feeling down, depressed, sad, angry, or even frustrated, what do you do? Because we stated earlier in emotional overeating, it's caused by those same exact emotions. Emotional eating is just one of the many defense mechanisms out there. So what do you do when you're facing those types of emotions? Head on over to the blog and share your wisdom. And while you're over there, make sure you subscribe to the free newsletter so I can give you insight and more beyond MRI TV. And if you liked this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who you might think might benefit from it. And remember, we're all called to greatness, whether it's at the lowest point of our lives or the highest point of our lives. We all have the ability to live our highest potential. And at the end of the day, it's up to us to choose. We're all a choice away from greatness. Thank you guys for watching MRI TV, and I'll catch you guys next time. The second method is journaling. It's one thing to think that we know about something. It's one thing to think that we know about something that. Oh, it's filming.
Yeah.
Okay.